YouTube? GK's back with another Can You Play It video. I know these videos don't do too well on the channel at all, really, but this is for the culture. This is for the people, the gamers, the me's and you's, and everybody else who doesn't really know what's going on. It might seem all peachy on the outside, but the gaming industry right now is in utter shambles. And granted, if you have a next-gen console, then maybe this video isn't for you. But I'm hoping that those who do have can empathize with us who do not. Talking to the people who can get it, but the access to next-gen has been taken away from us. This is for the culture, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I care about the gamers, the regular gamers, the fans. So bear with me as we get through this video like we did the other Can You Play It, while I work on the Cowboy Bebop content and the E3 wrap-up, my titles that I'm excited for. But first, I am sorry about the delay because every Can You Play It has released when the game has dropped, and this is a couple days late, and I usually tend to pick the ones I'm really interested in and the AAA titles. Enjoy the video.
Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show.
The idea that since this game is rated E for everyone, it's a Ratchet and Clank, someone like me, a grown kid, can't shit and complain about not being able to play it. Well, I am a fan. I've played every Ratchet and Clank, and I would have loved to play this one on the next generation. But there's another angle I want to hit here because this game is E for everyone. What about the kids? What about the children? But to me, it's trash that a kid who gets to see Ratchet and Clank for the first time maybe isn't able to play an actual kid's game. Get that childhood experience. Something that isn't too heavy on the gore and the blood and it's not shooting like Fortnite. An actual game, a platformer. Platformers have gone by the wayside almost, and Ratchet and Clank is a damn good one that has stood the test of time. And I just think it's a real shame that the kids aren't going to be able to enjoy this at all. And the main reason why? Because PlayStation 5s still don't exist. I show these every time I do a Can You Play It video, and the screenshots are either from the day before recording or the actual day of. To the left, we actually have the PlayStation Direct, $4.99 for the console, but if you look in that bottom left corner, it's out of stock. What a surprise. You do have an option though, and I'm gonna stay on the kids angle. The parents can go spend more than double the price over at Amazon so their kid can actually play a kid's game like they did when they were a kid and got to play Ratchet and Clank on the PlayStation 2. This is still the state of gaming, and I know it sounds like I'm because I am, for the most part. I know it sounds like I'm harping on the issue, because I am, because it's still bullshit. We are so far from launch, and this is still a problem. It's not the scalpers' fault. We're not blaming them. This is a company, a billion-dollar company, to which you shouldn't have sympathy for. I'm sorry, but having sympathy for a company that doesn't have sympathy for you makes no sense. And that applies to almost every company that isn't mom and pop run, that isn't local community stuff to where you care about them, so therefore you can support. This isn't that. They don't give a. And it's sad because now the kids have less of a choice on what type of game they can play because there's no access. So let's talk about Ratchet and Clank a little. This comes from Tech Radar, Vic Hood. We have covered Vic Hood articles in the past, and I try to pick ones we've covered before. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart review. Our final verdict is a 4 out of 5. That's a great score, if not phenomenal. The pros are the new characters have depth, which they always have if you played Ratchet and Clank. Haptic feedback adds immersion. I am super excited about haptic feedback. One of the best games, if not the best game, to use controller vibrations I felt was Death Stranding. Didn't get enough credit for that. Traversal is fast paced. I'm not sure how that's like a bonus, but in the modern era of gaming, if it's not quick, fast, and short, they don't really like it, so I guess that would be a pro for Vic Hood, and Tech Radar. Charming and humorous, of course it is. It's Ratchet and Clank, and it sucks that we don't get to enjoy that. The cons, the PS5 audio utilization is disappointing. I feel like that's a little bit of a nitpick. That 3D audio, I'm assuming is what they mean there, wasn't totally incorporated, but that is such a new thing. I don't think you should expect a first generation title of next gen to really utilize everything the console can do, so I'm not really with that. A fair few bugs. You can basically say that in every AAA title, because AAA titles are doing the most, as they say. There's going to be those kind of bugs, whereas like a pixel 3D Castlevania type may not have any. But when you're talking about AAA, there's gonna be bugs. It's almost to a point where if it's not like a Cyberpunk or a Mass Effect Andromeda, there's really no point to mention it. So when you say a fair few, hopefully they mean it's a lot and it's super noticeable, and not just picking out the odd one or two that always occur in AAA titles. A lack of optional missions. Ratchet & Clank really doesn't do the side quest. That's never really been a thing, and if you aren't a fan of Ratchet & Clank, you wouldn't really have known that, so you would say that is a con, but it's not like that kind of game. The verdict, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is brilliant. Fast-paced fun that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's Ratchet & Clank, of course it doesn't, but the fact is it's brilliant and fun, and I want to have fun. Like I said in our previous video about Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, Proton Neutron, Collaboration, Black Hole, Episode Yuffie. I want to have fun. That looks fun. We can't have fun? Why can't we have fun? Why? Can someone tell me why we can't have fun? Is it because we're too poor? Us regular people are too poor to go pay more than double the price for a console that should be in stock but isn't for some reason? I've said this before, and you saw it in the title or the thumbnail, wherever I had put it. This is elitism. This is that new Prada bag they released 500 of. And if you're not on your computer 24/7 hitting refresh, if you don't have a credit card to put on file, if you don't have access is a big word that I really think applies here, because there would be no excuse if they were in stock at like Walmart or Target or Best Buy or even the PlayStation Direct store. So in conclusion, these always go a little bit fast. Can you play Ratchet & Clank A Rift Apart? And better yet, what is the reason you can't play it? As you can see, no more excuses. I'm over it. We're way too far from launch. These videos will continue until the landscape of gaming changes. I know you guys don't really like it, but I do it for the culture. I do it for the people who don't know what's going on. We're gonna continue with the content you guys do like. I'm the grown kid.